Hello, welcome to Down to the Crust, along with me, Liam Buckland, and
Luke Spur.
yep. Oh shit, overpressed.
Fourth time lucky.
Botch. Yeah. We're here to talk about strange cultural practices still carried out today.
That's right, Liam. I'm going to start this off by going straight to the point. Endo-cannibalism, which basically means they're cannibals, but they don't eat you. They don't kill you to eat you. They wait till you're dead and then they eat you. So basically, the Yanomami tribe, which lives in the Amazon rainforest, consumes the flesh of a fellow tribes member after they have died. Well, waste not, want not. What do you think about that, Liam?
Well, why? I don't understand why these warped people, human beings, I don't really call them human beings, they're fucking psychos. I mean, they are psychos. I mean, who in the right mind feels that this is symbolic in any shape or form?
Yeah. I mean, there's so many weird things that's going off. I mean, sometimes they wrap the body in leaves, allowing the insects, pick away at it. They dig it up 30 to 45 days later, collect the bones and grind it into a banana soup, which they all devour. Which I don't understand.
Banana?
I don't know. This is the thing. I don't understand. Maybe that's the most accessible fruit they've got to add into the mix.
Well, if you want a banana, get a banana sandwich. Don't mess
what I'm saying is, I don't understand. This is why I'm questioning it. You're my best mate. You've been my best mate all my life. When you die, I'm not going to say to your mum, save me his leg. All right, fancy that on my Sunday roast. Get on spit roast, bit of bisto.
Although if you watch like Hannibal or Hannibal Lecter, that they feel that it's a way of showing a form of respect by eating you, because then they feel like you're one with that person. Then I know you might laugh, but it's like some people feel that if you eat that person, they're one with you. That's why you see a lot of these serial killers.
Don't get it.
A lot of these serial killers that
don't get it.
And that they do that because they've killed that person and devoured that person. So now they feel as if like they're part of them because that, and then the next victims as they go along, they're fucking storing it in the fridge and stuff to
Right.
as a
Fridge? In the Amazon rainforest?
in the fridge, freezer, where they can store
He's got
it.
no plug socks, he's got no electricity.
They're storing it in there. No one's saying there's reason the serial killers do all this.
Right,
I'm not
serial
calling
killers,
these serial killers. They're not serial killers, but what I'm saying is serial killers do that as a form of like respect and adulation to the person that they killed. They feel that they're doing the right thing, and it's the same goes for these people and with these different cultural practices. They feel that they're doing the right thing because they feel that they're fucking anti that they're eating, that they've showing more love than a normal person would for just doing a fucking funeral.
No, but it just seems a bit weird in that. I mean, I understand if food was scarce, but they're in the Amazon rainforest. They're spoilt for choice. They've got everything on tap. They've got frogs, they've got birds, they've got wild pigs, they've got crocodiles, I bet they've got all sorts on the go, but yet they still want to eat the friends and family who's passed away. They don't waste no time. Like it does say that sometimes, they'll it depends on how they want to do it. They'll like sort of wrap the body up and let the insects eat away at the flesh, so it's less of a effort. Or sometimes they'll just dig straight in. I don't understand. The people who's looked at as sort of like an elder or the wiser ones, do they get the bones ground up, and the ones that's a bit more sort of like lower level, can't sort of stay in their sort of frame of mind, get devoured straight away? I don't get it, but it's different from cannibalism. It's different from cannibalism because the traditional meaning of cannibalism is like they don't care, dead or alive, they'll eat you. Whereas this tribe in particular has got a certain respect. They'll wait till you're dead, then they'll eat you.
Well, now you say it, like, just mind if you've Troyer. I mean, he's not going to get round, is he? How many people he's going to get round? I mean, he's going to take 2 people and that's it. I'm going to get 4 of him. If I went there, Jesus Christ, I'd have fucking filled there. It's like, they'd be like, Jesus Christ, I can fill a litter. And like they be thanking him. Like, let's get him killed off quick. We're fucking laughing here. Do you know what I mean?
But to be fair though,
I'm big boned. Just put it that way. That's what I'm on about.
they're all lean though, aren't they?
Lean.
Lean,
Yeah, 'cause
mean, swinging from the vine tree machines.
all cock and balls hanging out and that. That's what they're doing to.
Loincloth. Let's not go into the Rolf Harrison loincloth.
That's another thing. A loin. They're eating the loin off the people.
Yeah. But I still don't understand. I don't. I mean, but this is the thing. This is what we're here to try and learn.
Question.
We're trying to learn why, or at least get some sort of understanding as to why these people may
Trying
do
to get
these
the crust
things.
of the subject, aren't we?
Exactly. We're getting down to the crust. We're not leaving no crumbs. But
They don't either.
what do you think they do? Do you think they skin them? Do they skin them and then just eat the muscle,
Well,
or do they have the whole
do
lot?
it, at least do it right. At least get someone like Michelin chef to get in there and rustle up a decent meal to
Yeah,
get back.
exactly.
You won't even know that it's food. Like turn around to you, go, oh, by the way, that's your Uncle Tony you're eating it. You fucking what? What are you putting that in my lasagna for? What are you doing?
Uncle Tony, right?
What
Pass
you
salt
eating
and
now?
vinegar.
You're eating his knee. Like, no.
Pass me the salt and vinegar, lad. Chuck it all over it.
Fucking steak bake. Like, what are you doing?
No,
Right.
you can look into that all day long, and I don't think if you're not from that sort of ethnicity, you're not in part of that religion, part of that mind frame.
Well,
You're never gonna know.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's the thing that you gotta think about. Are we the weird ones? Like, we're not doing this kind of thing. Are we the weird ones?
Well, it'd save a lot on funeral costs. You won't have to bury them, would you?
Exactly.
All you'd have to do is crush bones up and put it in a banana
That's the
soup.
way forward.
Yeah. Right, next. Living with the dead. These are all true facts, by the way. On the Indonesian island of Sulawesi, they exhumed the bodies of fellow villagers. They dressed them in special garments and parade them around town, which is strange. But, even the bodies of kids that are 10 to 20 years old, they're still being dug up. Nah, I guess the words rest in peace mean absolutely naff all in Indonesia. Because you're not resting in peace, because every year they bring you back up and dancing you around in different clothes.
If it's Halloween,
No,
you can let them off.
don't understand. I don't. Look, do you
If you can't
think.
afford a skeleton, stick a Paula up in window.
But the thing is, I've seen videos of this on YouTube, and the body is in a chair, which they've dug back up, cleaned.
But
They're not. They make sure that they preserve the bodies. They're not like it's not rotting. It's well preserved. But what I'm saying is, they're bringing these bodies back year after year, and people are still visiting the bodies and crying. Well, don't bring him back then. You've just seen him again. You've just made it 10 times worse for yourself. Why not remember him for how you remember him, instead of bringing back his dead skeleton and looking at his half-decayed face? Don't understand.
He didn't look himself.
He
Yeah,
didn't.
he fucking won't look himself.
Why? Well, the thing is, right, I mean, we've got to have some sort of understanding. What else better have they got to look at? On these, desolate islands. What really else is there? That's all that matters to them. Family, people that they know, people that they've had connections with, who are no longer here. So, in respect, they bring them back. But it's never going to be the same as them living. And another thing, do you think that if you was a part of this tribe, do you think you'd be made aware of the fact that when you're dead, they're going to bring you back? Because I wouldn't want to know, would you?
They would tell you, wouldn't they?
Well, I'd have thought so.
You don't want to know, but they'd tell you. It's like, whatever happened to just letting the...
Rest in peace.
Well, yeah, like...
That's what I'm saying. I don't
leave
think...
it alone. Like, don't messing about with it. With the person, do you know what I mean? Think about it. It's insane, isn't it? When you think about it. Absolutely insane. These people need to be bloody buried alive. They're
It's a
not
bit
right.
far, Lou.
They're not right. They're not right. They're not right, are they?
I think they need a couple of counsellors over there just to speak.
You're doing bloody what's it? Conga down the street with his dead body. What
No
are they
word of a
doing?
lie, no word of a lie. They stand them up on a big pole, they dress them up.
Come on and do the
Yeah,
conga.
and they all parade around town with Uncle Fester, who passed away 25 years ago. He's got nothing left on his body. And they put him in suits. Like the blokes, they've got blazers, shirts, ties. And the women, they put them in a nice dress or whatever.
There's nothing.
But it's disturbing. I mean, maybe they're used to it. But if you brought a dead body, someone who'd been dead for 20 years, and you stuck them up in London town or in Nottingham city centre, people will have heart attacks. They won't be able to comprehend it.
Oh, what are they doing?
So-
There's nothing as well.
How do they condition themselves to think this is... I mean, I saw a photo online of dead Uncle Frank, whoever he was, in a suit, stood up, propped up, and there's a kid in the background laughing. Looks like it ain't time of his life. Now, he's fully conditioned to that lifestyle, isn't he? Like, he's used to seeing it. It probably happens every month or two.
Well, apparently a practical joke, Uncle Frank, were.
But why bring kids back? I don't understand. You've lost your kid, tragically. And every year you're bringing him back. Even every 10 years, they exhume the bodies, they bring them back.
Yeah.
And you can see them dusting them down, cleaning the teeth, picking the dirt out the fingernails. They shouldn't even have fingernails
Whatever
left.
happened to putting a bit of flowers and looking after the gravestone? Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Going to visit them on birthdays, Christmases and whenever.
Exactly.
Jesus. I mean, what we're doing, is that wrong? Just a way forward?
No,
Clearly, exactly.
I don't think so.
Start telling them that.
I don't think so.
Start telling them that. Get insane.
Well, there we go. We're on the next one. It's self-flagellation. In other words, people are actually beating themselves as a religious discipline. So, basically, the Shiite Muslims,
They're
in
alright.
in commemoration of the death of Imam Hussein, the grandson of the Prophet Muhammad in the 7th century Battle of Karbala, Hussein and his comrades was repeatedly struck over the head with daggers. So what these Shiite Muslims do
They're
is-
alright.
is they gather in masses and they hit themselves over the head repeatedly
No,
with
right.
daggers. And that is basically, apparently they do this to mourn the fact that they weren't present at the time to save Hussein, which is a little bit mad, to be fair, because
Mad?
you know you're not going to be there, and if you was there, you'd be hit in the head with a dagger. So I mean, I can understand why they're doing it, but I don't understand why you have to do it to yourself for a religious discipline. And another thing is, you got to think these group of people, they're doing this to themselves. They're hitting themselves over the head. They're smashing themselves over the head. They're probably causing themselves long-term brain damage or whatever. Then they're
Bullshit.
then they're reproducing. What are the kids going to turn out like? I'm sorry, but if your dad for the past 50 years has been smashing himself over the head with a blunt dagger, and he's got all sorts of brain injuries, trauma to the head, he's having kids reproducing, what are they going to turn out like?
Then the next thing you know, to get butter knife and start fucking trying to cut their head. Like, what they're doing?
I really don't get it, Liam.
Like, I've heard of,
By the way, can I just say, if you've got
Losing
any
your head.
comments on this subject, please feel free to drop a comment and let us know, shed some light on the situation, because we're just as clueless as everyone else. But this is why they're this is why it's so cultural, and it's people they do these things.
the body wasn't made to be banged over the head every so often, cutting his ends open, making himself fucking bleed. It's nuts. Literally, they got their head screwed on.
Well, they're definitely not using the loaf, are they?
Which if they had a brain cell, they fucking banged it to death. Do you know what I mean? It's just like,
They're hammering themselves in the head, right down to the crust.
hey, up, takeaways here.
Takeaways here.
Speaking of crust, pizza.
Oh, bear with us a second. Leon's going to answer the door. We've got a 12-inch Milano special, 12-inch peri peri chicken, 2 bags of chips, which is fries for you American listeners. If there is any American listeners, probably not. And whatever else is in the box of death. I like to call it a box of death because there's probably about 3,000 calories in each box. But it's what we live for. Lager and takeaways on a Sunday night, bank holiday weekend. You cannot go wrong. I'm hoping that he comes back upstairs soon to save me. Probably not. Well, I'm going to swiftly move on to the next topic before he gets back. It's carrying your wife over burning coal. And this is traditionally carried out in certain parts of China. Chinese men carry the wives over burning coal to ensure that the wife will have an easy and successful labour. Now, more power to them. If you think that's going to work, then I'm happy for you. But 9 times out of 10, it's wrong. And it'll never work. And I don't understand. Like, what happens if they go through all this sort of elaborate procedure, this painful procedure of carrying the wife over burning coal, and the wife has a miscarriage, or the birth is a premature birth. I don't understand why they think that this is still sort of gonna work for them, and they still carry on this practice. I mean, if in our case, you better hope that your wife weighs at least 10 stone, otherwise you're in deep shit because your feet are going to be absolutely burnt to a crisp. Your arms are going to be killing you. I mean, it didn't specify how long they had to carry them over the coals. It didn't specify how long, the coals ran for. Was it 1 metre? Was it 2 metres? Was it 3? Or was it a 100-metre sprint? I don't know. Who knows? But either way, it sounds extremely painful, and I would not like to take part in this practice. Here he is. He's back with the goods. Bloody hell, have we got enough here? So, what we got?
We've got a bit of chopped head. We've got a bit of Uncle Tony.
Severed limb.
Uncle Tony. We've got a bit of Auntie Jessica. We've got all sorts here. There's Chardan. I mean, she only died last week, so it should be fresh.
Go and get Uncle Frank on spit roast.
Yeah. Break a leg.
Right, if you can try and contain yourself for 2 minutes, we just need to get the rest of this done before we chow down. I've just had to go through this on my own because obviously you weren't here.
That's what she said.
Carry your wife over burning coal. Happens in certain parts of China, and it's basically to ensure that the wife will have an easy and successful labour. What do you think about him?
Oh God, I've heard about feminists and that.
No.
So it's like, make sure we're looking after women. Do you know what I mean? And people try to say we ain't got equal rights. If that's not doing the right thing for your woman, I don't know what. And I ain't willing to have an open call. Do it wrong with it. I don't know. I might love her to bits, but I don't love her that much.
Well, what I said. My point was when you was gone, when you was paying the lovely Turkish man for this Chinese takeaway. I said, it's basically to ensure that the wife will have an easy and successful labour. But what if your wife ends up having a premature birth or a miscarriage? Do they still carry on with that thinking? What do they think when that happens? Because obviously that was unsuccessful. All that carrying over the coal bollocks didn't work, clearly, because the baby's passed away. Is that completely different? Or is that basically so the man displays the same amount of pain as childbirth? Is it sort of like they feel the pain, they want to share the pain?
Maybe, but if she's got triplets, She's gonna do some decent. She's gonna wane a little bit, put it that way. And but what like the guy looks like some skinny runt, like what his name off Saved by the Bell?
Zach.
No.
Who? Screech.
Screech. I mean, his back's giving way. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, but if your wife's 15 stone, you're gonna have a fucking struggle, aren't you?
Get to the gym. I think everyone in China should be going to the gym, because then when it comes down to the day when you've impregnated her, you got to run off burning coal, you have to lift her up.
Yeah.
And how big's the runway?
Well, that's exactly what I said. Is it 1 meter, 2 meter, or is it 100-meter sprint? How do you know? How far you've got to go? How far have you got to go?
I've been carrying you. You've been carrying them.
I think they just do it to compensate for the lack of tackle they've got.
Sat there chilling.
Yeah.
While they're getting run burning coal, they don't realise all this is going on.
Don't you think they do this to act hard for the lack of tackle they've got?
I think you've nailed.
I mean, I'm not stereotype.
I think you have it nailed with the Labour thing. Like, I think that's it's like symbolism, isn't it?
Yeah.
To show that they
can take as much pain as they can.
Yeah. What they
or maybe they don't have, because maybe they say in there, you can smell it, can't you?
No. Just imagine all that, and then turn around to you after saying, "Oh, by the way, we're having a birth, but it's not going to be a normal, natural birth. It's going to be dead easy, really. I'm probably not going to feel it.
Absolute.
You just run over that coal. Your feet are on fire, and you're like, take a piss. I just run over all that coal and that. But then you're just saying you're not even had a natural birth. After what I've had to entail, like I divorced a bitch. So they're not mine anyway. They're fucking Peter's. We shagged my best mate.
Don't you think I know this? Got a DNA test on the way. The results say you're a liar.
That's another one. Find out it's not your kid. After all that.
Exactly.
And by the way, she's had.
Well, we haven't looked into the murder rate in China.
Three kids in 3 months. like drops one out. There's another one there. You're like thinking, hang on a minute. I ain't even been shagging her recently. Can't get around it. And then even then. She ain't all these kids, you're thinking, these can't be mine. And you've been running over his burning coal, and it turns out it's not yours. You'd be fuming. You'd be on suicide watch.
Absolutely mortified. Absolutely.
It's got funny like a punch lasagna.
Stomped on burrito.
Kicked off a trifle.
Bucket of smashed crabs.
Exactly.
Right, we'll go on to the
nail on head.
Well, we're going to have to leave that one on our note. We'll go on to the last one. Actually, this one's another Indonesian practice.
What's up with them?
I don't know.
I ain't going there from all this.
The Dani tribe of Indonesia cut the fingers off after the death of a loved one to physically express the grief and pain. So it's not like a full finger. It's just like a segment of the finger. So typically just half of the finger. And what they do is they'll wrap some string around the finger for 30 minutes until it goes numb, and then they'll cut it off and then burn the end to create scar tissue.
What happens if they run out of fingers? Do they cock?
Well, I don't think generally people in Indonesia has got that many family members, with all death and diseases and
diseases.
Yeah, just things that they die
Athlete's
of.
fault. Oh, that's what it is. Burning feet.
You eating your chips already?
Oh, ah.
You absolute cheater. I'm trying to finish this podcast. He's tucking in. Doesn't it taste like them. You got salt and vinegar on them?
No.
Is that an English thing? I don't know. Salt and vinegar on chips. Sorry, you'd have to excuse me. I'm about 6 deep, though. But yeah. Well, I mean, my first impression, if I went to stay in Indonesia and I went trekking through the mountains and we ran across members of this tribe, I wouldn't think that they've chopped the fingers off because they've done it to express the grief and pain for the loved ones that they've lost. I'd think that they're just a bunch of thieves and they've had it done as like a punishment. You've been nicking off me, I'll chop your finger off. That's like gangster style, isn't it? That's how we do it in England. That's how they do it in pretty much most cultures. But no, not in Indonesia. Oh, my grandma passed away. Right, get you on that.
Like pleasure the missus. When do you want to not stick cock in?
Well, it probably feels better, doesn't it? You ain't got to worry about all them long fingernails because they ain't got clippers.
True. I've got fingers like witchetty grubs.
That's it.
Well, And this food's getting cold. So,
Oh, yeah, we don't want to waste that.
I think that's a wrap.
We've got 2 pizzas and the spare garlic bread. I ain't going to eat all this. Jesus Christ. Well, can we just say a quick prayer for the people who ain't got out?
Yeah,
Well, I'm feeling phased.
I'm fucking lucky. You could always eat your nephew, though.
Exactly. Well, I ain't got any nephews, but if I did, I'd probably eat him anyway, because, you know. Well, thank you for tuning in to another exciting podcast called Down to Crust, lad. I hope that pizza goes. In fact, you ain't going to be no crust left, is there?
Oh, wow.
It's not down to the crust, it's down to the crust, then devour the rest.
Depends if it's stuffed or not.
No, it don't matter, does it? Dry, cheesy, uncheesy, salted, vinegared,
Mayoed.
down to crust. Right, we love you all. This is the second podcast. We sound a bit sketchy, we sound a bit ropey, but we love you all, and we hope that you listen again.
Right.
Right. If we can tune out, we're doing that in a minute.